Hey, 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 we're back after a blackout. It was totally dark in here. Big storm, but I'm here. We're ready to go. So, one of the things I want you to notice is the to do list, and this will tell you what is actually coming up. And whenever you log into Canvas, you'll be able to see that. So it's syllabus time. So you take a click right here and it's going to bring you into a overview of our syllabus. You can also access the syllabus by clicking on this link right here and it will provide you with the syllabus. So I am going to say if you link on here, if you click on this link, then the PDF of the syllabus will open up for you and you can print it up if you want to. So, I'm just going to bring up the syllabus here for us to take a look at. Our class meets, as you know, on Mondays and Wednesdays, and I am the instructor, Jeannie-Marie, and I want to identify that class will meet in the right theater, sometimes maybe in 232, but we'll meet in the right theater first, and on occasion outside. It just depends. And we are splitting the class, so half of you meet on one day and half of you meet on the other day. And if anybody in the class has a really hard time learning online and would prefer to be in class every day, well then please let me know because we do have a couple extra slots and we'll discuss how we can make that happen. So I would like you to know that I will not be holding office hours in my office. I will have them by appointment on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays between 2 and 4 p.m. or at a mutually agreeable time. And we'll set up a Zoom call and we'll Zoom, and that's how we'll talk. And I think that should work. I decided to do it this way this semester because we're not going to be in our offices as often, and that way we can make sure that we can connect. So I would encourage you to read through the entire syllabus. I'm not going to do every single thing right now because it takes a really long time. That's why I like when you guys perform it. But I would like to kind of read the overview for you. So throughout the semester, we'll explore how the performing arts evolved from traditions born of the need to express and are forever changing. We will consider what it means to develop creativity, recognize the core principles of aesthetics, and demonstrate how important commitment to well-being is for artists. The goal is to challenge, provoke, support, and develop your own approach to creative thinking and recognize how powerful different ways of thinking can be to creative inquiry. We will have the opportunity to share your viewpoints, challenge your perspectives, engage in conversation, argue a point, and identify the crucial elements of a successful collaboration. We will explore how to understand and define quality, and together we'll seek answers to help you sustain the intrinsic motivation to continue when you just feel like quitting. And I think we all feel that way once in a while. But what is it that keeps us going? Okay. And as with any journey, there's always never just one path, right? We never just go straight. I have a little story. Have you ever heard the story about someone learning how to swim by getting thrown in the water? That's how I learned how to swim. My dad literally threw me in a pool. Well, at times in foundations, you may feel like that person thrown in the water, but no worry, it's by design. And it's to help you, really, I promise, to practice your critical thinking and determine what your strengths are, who inspires you, how to problem solve, the value of asking the right person for help, and the power of self-reflection to grow as both a person and an artist. So, that said, you should never, ever, ever feel unsafe, unheard, or unimportant at any time. A defining part of the semester includes how to collaborate, and through practice, you will start to acquire the knowledge and skills necessary to ensure positive and fruitful collaborations. So Foundations is an introductory course and we kind of lay the groundwork for everything that's going to come. And this semester, I think we're going to work on trying to find really creative ways to answer questions and meet the challenges that we have in our existing world. So I want you to understand that a lot of what we do is hands-on usually in this class, and we're going to be figuring out how to make that work in different ways. And sometimes the projects are designed in a way that they're not telling you how you should do it on purpose. So in some instances, we'll work together to solve the equations, right? And given the enormity of everything that's going on this semester, we'll definitely make sure that we can figure it out together. That said, I'm not going to tell you how to be creative. That's going to have to come from you. But I will help you figure out how to go about things. Definitely, 100%. That said, our goal remains for you to start to think individually and learn how to solve problems and ask for help, seek advice, and make really bold choices. Okay, so welcome to Foundations. In those bold choices, they have to be safe choices. That's very important. Okay, so our course objectives and learning outcomes you see in pink, because later on there'll be other aspects of the syllabus that's in pink as well. So we define how to recognize quality, explore the tools used by creative thinkers, describe the workings of collaboration, and introduce the 5P model to artistic practice. So these are the things that we're going to be looking at over the course of the semester. This is what we'll do, all right? So person, place, process, product, and personal reflection, the PPP. It's like Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. I love it, 5 Ps. And so our learning outcomes, this is what you will be able to do at the end of the semester. So critical thinking is one of the department learning outcomes, and I have indicated with a CT. Demonstrate the ability to think conceptually and critically about components of the artistic practice, and collaboration is a big C. Define how to embody or use collaborative behavior to achieve an artistic goal. And creative inquiry is create or adapt. Create an adaptation of Aesop's fable using the 5P model. So you'll research and evaluate, create, perform, and reflect. Awesome. So daily plan and expectations. Intrinsic to your development is the act of coming to class with an open mind and generous heart. Coming to class includes engagement with materials online and Canvas on the day you are not scheduled to meet face-to-face. I can accommodate, as I said, a very few requests for face-to-face experience on both Monday and Wednesday, but you have to give me a heads up pretty quickly, okay? So regularly you will reflect on readings in person and on a discussion board in Canvas. In terms of assignments, we will discuss all assignments in class, and also I'll create a video outlining the requirements and post the videos in our weekly announcements and modules. So I'm going to work really hard to answer your questions and do all the things that you need, but I need you to stay on top of it too and work at things as well. I have a tendency to be a bit of a nudge too if I see that things aren't getting done, to try and help us get back on track. And usually people always do. So, you know, make sure that you come to me if something is difficult or you're having a hard time. Okay. So units of study: the person, place, process, product, and personal reflection. That's what we're going to be working on this semester. There is a book. It's available in the bookstore, 20th Century Performance Reader, edited by Teresa Brashaw and Noel Witt. You can rent the book online, and it is the first edition that we are using. Where is it? Can we see it? I don't know. Can you see it? This is the book. Oops. Can I get it? Yeah, there's the book. Alrighty. Which edition? Oh, I lied. It's the 3rd edition. I guess the 4th one is out. So my book is a little messy at this point. You're going to see a couple of performances, probably streaming, maybe in person. We're not really sure. We'll keep our fingers crossed. There are assigned readings. You can take a look at this, an overview of the assignments. It's collaborative practice. It's really important. You'll do some collaborative projects and solo projects. There's online discussions and production responses. And grading is on a 500-point scale. Notice how these are in pink again because they are aligned with the learning outcomes. That's how we keep everything moving forward. Okay, so there's a breakdown of the points that you can earn over the course of the semester. And the assignment weight is the artist presentations are worth 15% of your grade, and that will develop your critical thinking and creative inquiry. So, yep, critical thinking. It should have been critical thinking for that. So we'll make that correction. As well as collaborative practice. That's a big C. Okay, and collaborative solo projects is critical thinking, creative inquiry, and collaboration. Final project is collaboration, critical thinking, and creative inquiry. And production responses are critical thinking, and reading discussions, critical thinking. I would argue they're probably collaborative as well because you're having conversations with your colleagues. So grade-related policies, I would ask that you would read those over. They include what collaborative practice is, our collaborative projects, the discussion posts, the policy on late assignments, productions, reading discussions, mini quiz prompts. Did I get your attention? I think I got your attention. Just give it a little read. And procedures for written assignments. I also provide you with an evaluation criteria for grading, so it can help you kind of understand why you're in the place that you are in terms of your grade. And it identifies the grade, the course points, the percentage, and the criteria for evaluation. So I suggest that you take a look at that too, because I think that will be very, very helpful. There's no extra credit in this class. You will not need it if you come to class. Do the work and have a good attitude. Honor code, you will be talking a lot about that in your groups during orientation. We uphold the honor code of the college in this class. Classroom etiquette and netiquette, and it just basically, the expectation is that you handle yourself professionally. The cell phone policy, no cell phones in class. Yep, you heard it right here from these lips. No cell phones in class. In case there's an emergency, you just let me know and then you can leave the room and take the call. Laptop policy for face-to-face. No laptop, cell phones, iPads, or devices during discussions, conversation, or the reading of material. I will ask you to put the device away and engage fully with the class or leave the class. Food by policy is no eating in class unless you have back-to-back classes and you don't have time to get food, but I need to see your schedule and know that you absolutely have back-to-back classes, not that you just didn't get up. This is really important. Do not come to class if you feel sick. Boom. Do not. Please do not come to class if you are not following COVID-19 mask wearing and social distancing guidelines. Exclamation point. If you go to that party, do not come to class. I am not kidding. For at least 2 weeks to make sure that you are not sick. If you take off your mask in class, you will be asked to leave. I am not kidding. I want you to understand that I want to be with you here at school and in class and in person. But I have an elderly parent who's on hospice, and I am not going to mess around with anyone. Okay, so follow the rules, guys. Follow the rules so we can make it to November. All right? So do not come to class if you are not following the rules or if you feel sick. We'll also review the policy for the school-wide policy about what the expectations are. So I'm following those guidelines. So the rest of this information here is just in terms of how the course is going to be run, or course itinerary and accommodations.